Hello everyone, welcome to another course, and the course that I am going to start is called Network Security or Information Security. And I'm so excited about this course. I hope you will enjoy your stay during this course with me. This is our first lecture of the course Network Security, and in today's lecture I will talk about some basic security related concepts. First, we will see what is security, and then we will see difference between security and safety, and also we will compare security with privacy. After that, we will shed some light on the areas where we use the word security in our daily life. Okay, and at the end of this lecture, I will talk about information security in general. I will try to make these videos as short as possible because lengthy lectures are boring for majority of the students out there. Okay, so let us start without further delay. Security. Actually, the word security means protection, and you can literally translate the word security to something like without fear. So the state of being free from danger or injury is called security. Generally, the focus of security is on ensuring that external factors do not cause trouble or unwelcome situations to the organization, to the individual, and to the properties within the premises. Okay, that was the general definition of security. If you relate security to computer, to data, to information, then the ultimate objective of security is the protection of the data, of the information, of the computer, of the network, or anything else from adversaries. Those people who would who would harm your data, who would harm your information, your computer, your network, your resources, intentionally or otherwise unintentionally. So we would like to make our systems, our networks, our data, our information secure from these persons or from these software tools. We use the term security in many different ways in our daily life, and we will see them in a moment how we use this word. But generally, we want to keep our personal assets like medical records, and if your grades are not well, you will try to keep them hide from other friends. We try to keep our personal data secure, our pins, our passwords secure. Okay, sometimes we use the word security and safety interchangeably, but there is a difference between the two terminologies. Safety is the state of being safe, and it has emotional and physical attributes attached to them. For example, let me give you a very simple example. A small child in the bed at night time doesn't feel safe if he or she believes that there is a monster hiding behind the door. The child will not feel safe. It is something psychological, emotional thing that is related with the safety. In the meanwhile, a warm embrace of a mother hugs may make the child feel safer. So you see, the mother love alone is not enough to protect the child from the world of monster which surround him or her. Physical attribute, a hug of the mother, the presence of the mother is also important for safety. So you can say safety stand for accident avoidance, something that is going to happen. And security on the other side is like prevention from crimes, external factors. Another example, if you think of an emergency exit as shown in this figure, so on one hand, you have the safety aspect. In the safety terms, you need to be able to get out of the building at any time. And for that, the door should preferably always be open. Okay, that is the safety. If an unwanted event happen, then the door must be open all the time. So you can easily exit the building. There is something related with the safety. On the other side, security is a bit different. For example, how it is different? The focus of security is on building protection, and it is concerned not to let the door open, but to let the door closed. There is security. Even if you want more security, then you would prefer not to have any door to access the building, okay, to be more secure. So security is like protecting from unwanted event, okay. And you can see here we have a safety officer and we have a security officer. So security officer deal with the entrance, who is going to take entrance into the building, while on the other hand, safety officer will make sure that all safety measures are in practice in case of emergency situation. And if I try to give you another example, and there is a classical example, classically the for safety purposes, we we use several functions um to be installed in the dangerous machinery in order to protect people and the environment. But when it comes to security, we are no longer protecting people from machines. In fact, it's quite the reverse in case of security. You have to protect the machines to ensure that people can't bring it to halt state. And for that, the functions are there. So they're obviously different things. And we use them interchangeably. Okay. We say, hey, have a safe journey, have a safe drive, means accident free drive, injury free drive. Okay. And security on the other side is more related to the prevention of the criminal activities. And also there is a difference between security and privacy. Hey, you can see a very beautiful image here. It depicts the difference between security and privacy. Security means that if you are safe inside a building, protected, okay, but sometimes we have a very tight security, but privacy will compromise. So what is privacy? People often think that security and privacy are almost the same thing, but they are not the same thing. They are actually a bit different, but they are tightly together with one another. For example, consider a window in your home. It provides various functions for you. For example, a window will let the fresh air to enter in the room. It will let you see outside the room, okay, things like that. However, a window is also vulnerable. For protection, you can put bars in front of the window, steel bars, okay. That is for protection, for security. And these bars are good for security as they are hard to break. Nobody will break them, nobody will be able to enter into your room from the window. But they are not good for privacy, right? And you can see here, people are looking at you. And this is something related with the privacy. On the other side, the windows with shades are good for privacy. They will not allow the people to see inside the room. However, they will not prevent the attacks. They are not good for security. So you see, if you try to make security tighter, privacy is compromised. And if you try to work on privacy, security is compromised. So privacy is about legislation, like what data you are collecting on me. In today's world of IT, privacy is a huge concern with our private data. Like you see what is happening with the WhatsApp, okay? Privacy. People are worried because their data is no more secure, although they provide you end-to-end encryption. But still, there are chances that people would be able to see your conversation. Be careful. Okay. Okay. So privacy is about legislation. Legislation is like what data you are collecting on me and what you are doing with that data, what you are using the data for, who are you sharing the data with, where it is being stored, how long do you keep my data, and things like that. So you can say that privacy is about personal data, and we give up our personal data in exchange of services that we want to use. Like you want to use a Gmail account, you have to provide your personal data, your name, your telephone number, your address, etc. All this is your personal data. So privacy. Another example, if I want to buy a book online, I understand that I have to provide the vendor my name, my address, my credit card information in order to receive the book. I trust that the bookseller will not use my information for any other reason. It will maintain the privacy of my personal data, but that is not always the case. Okay, so that is about privacy. On the other hand, security is impersonal. Security has no concern with what is collected, how it is used, for what purpose it is used, how long the data will be kept. No, rather security guards the personal data. The data must be protected. Okay, for example, security is like a wall around a castle. And just as there can be many different walls around a castle, there can be many different levels of security around your personal data. And companies are spending a lot amount of money on these walls. Okay, so they are like independent on one another, security and privacy. If a system is pretty secure but doesn't respect your privacy, for example, they sell your data, then you will probably not use the system. Privacy. Okay, they do not respect your privacy, although the system is safe, secure. So privacy in short term actually refers to an organization's responsibility to use the personal information only for the purposes that the people approve of. While on the other hand, security means to put safeguards in place to ensure that the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of the information is not compromised. Don't worry if you find the confidentiality, integrity, and availability a bit newer for you. We will shed some light on these concepts later on. So, finally, security is everywhere. We use the term security in our daily life. Okay, from this lecture, you see, we are not focusing on security of the systems, of the data, of the information, of the networks, of the communication. No, we are studying security in a general perspective. So, in our everyday life, we use security everywhere, like corporate security. What does it mean, corporate security? Actually, um, the resilience of corporation against theft of information, damage of information, or any other threats to that organization. The security of corporations has become very complex in today's world because the IT systems are evolved and their physical presence has been spread, which is known as a distributed system. And distributed system means that your systems are not residing in one place. Some of your system or some of your data may be reside in one country, while the other data may reside in another country or data centers, right? So the security of corporation is becoming huge. Companies are spending a large amount of data to make their organization secure. Physically security as well as logical security, data security, computer security, information security, communication security, etc. Similarly, we use the word to refer to environmental security or sometimes ecological security. Okay, and it refers to the integrity of ecosystems and the biosphere. The security of ecosystem has attracted greater attention, and you know why? Because the impact of the ecological damages caused by the humans. As the population is growing, the concern are growing as well. Similarly, we use the word food security, and it refers to the ready supply and access to safe and nutritious food, right? Food security is gaining an important in today's world because the population has grown and the productive land has diminished through overuse and climate changes, things like that. So it is a serious concern. And also a home security, everybody know about it. Okay, normally refers to the security system used on inside the homes or outside the homes, like you use locks to the door, you use security cameras, you use alarm system in the homes and things like that. And also personal security practices like ensure that your doors are locked while you enter into the room, into the home, or you leave the home. So home security is there. Similarly, human security, we need security as well. Okay, and it focuses on the primacy of the security of the people, individuals, communities, right? And the concept is supported by the United Nations as well, and it says that the right of people to live in freedom and dignity. All individual, in particular, uh, vulnerable people as well, they have the freedom to live their life free from fears and other unwanted events. Human security. We want to live a secure life. And also, on a broader aspect, national security. It refers to the security of a nation state, including its people, economy, institutions, organizations, etc. In practice, state governments rely on a wide range of means like diplomacy, economic power, and military capabilities to make the nation secure. Okay, and finally, computer is not something which will not fit into this list. We need our data to be secure. We need our computers, our system to be secure. Sometimes this is known as cyber security, IT security, network security, information security. There are a bit differences, but they actually refers to the same things in one context, but there are some differences. Okay, so the security of computing devices like your computers, like your smartphones, like your electronic gadgets, like your Internet of Things devices, and things like that. Your networks, they need to be secure as well. Even the whole internet need to be secure, which is not the case, unfortunately. Nothing is secure. The word is open. Okay. So this means that computer security include the physical security and the security of the systems, of the data, of the information, of the communication, and other things. Okay, and beside from computer security, we also have other types of security. What else? For example, data security, information security, cloud security, database security, transaction security, web security, and so on. Internet of Things security, smart technologies, everything you can count, they need to be secure. So security cannot be separated from today's world. It must be there everywhere. Now let us see finally what is information security. Uh, to give you a brief history, in the early days of computers, the term security specified the need to secure the physical location of computer technology from the outside threat. Mean the focus was on physical security. Doors, security guards, only authorized persons are able to enter the locations where the computer system are placed. Things like that. That was the focus of the early days of computing. This term later came to represent all actions taken to prevent computer system from losses, and it has evolved into the current concept of information security. So information security is not a new concept. It derived from the computer security, from the physical security, and then to protect the computer system from losses. And now the information security is the scope of protecting information in the organization has expanded. To properly define the term information security, we have a, a committee which is known as CNSS, Committee on National Security Systems, and it defined the information security as the protection. Protection means security. Protection of what? Information. And also the critical element, because if you have information, you need a place to store this information. And there is a critical element, means the systems, the hardware that use the information, that store the information, that transmit the information, like data and communication, mean network security. So all these concepts, all these things need to be protected, need to be secure. So information alone is not sufficient to be protected, to be secure. You need to secure the elements as well, the system as well, the communication systems, the storage system, the processing systems, and so on. And this protection means something which is known as CIA. You can see here confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And this is something very important. This is going to be the topic of discussion of the second video. We will talk about CIA, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But from here, the concept to learn is that the protection of the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information assets, whether in storage, processing, or transmission, via the application of policy, education, training, awareness of the user, and technology. All these things are combined to make the information a secure place. And following this figure, you can see that the information security includes the broad area of management. You can see we have information security management here, and we also have the data security principles here. We also have the network security. We also have the computer security. So things are linked with one another. We need policies as well. How we would make our information secure, what policies are needed for transmission of the data, for storage of the data, and things like that. So they are linked with one another. And this is the basic CNSS model of information security. And it actually evolved from the concept developed by the computer security. And this concept is known as CIA triad, but we will shed light on the CIA triad in the next lecture. Okay. And this actually, the standard is based on three characteristics of information, and those are confidentiality, integrity, and availability. And the security of these three characteristics is an important is as important today as it has always been. Okay, so the information security is important like the computer security as it was important like 2, 3, 4 decades ago. But the CIA, the current three attributes, the confidentiality, integrity, and availability, they are not sufficient in today's world of technology, because the threats to the confidentiality, integrity, and availability of information have evolved into a vast collection of events, which include accidental or intentional damages to the data, destruction of the data, theft of the data, unintentional or unauthorized modification of the data, or other misuse from humans or from non-human threats. And this vast array of constantly evolving threats. Later on, we will see that there are many threats that can actually challenge our information security, and we need to protect ourselves from those threats, and those threats are evolving, increasing day by day. So the development of a more robust model that address the complexities of the current information security environment is needed. And this is the course in which we will study the different techniques available for making our information secure, for making our system secure, for making our transmission of data secure. Okay, so with these words, we are going to finish this lecture. This is something which we will see in the coming lecture, like the confidentiality, integrity, and availability. But these three, as I just mentioned, they are not the only factors, they are not the only objectives to be achieved. There are other objectives like authenticity, like utility, like non-repudiation, and so on. So we will study all these concepts in lecture number 2. Thank you so much for watching the video. Goodbye.